T-Fury Daily Alert.
Dum dum.
Oh, that's not cool. I thought that shirt was going to be about wizards. It's about Harry Potter. That's fucked up.
You realize those are the same.
That shit ain't wizards.
Those are the same thing.
No, I thought it was going to be like cool wizards, like bearded wizards with like robes with like moons on them.
Sure. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
They ride dragons and shit.
Like some Gandalf fucking wizards.
Yeah. No, like more hilariously cartoony than that. Like Merlin from like Sword in the Stone, like that kind of wizard.
All right, dope.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Ryan Appreciation Cast. Ryan, I just wanted to let you know that I'm really glad you're my friend, and I really like doing this podcast with you.
Oh, that's really nice. That's really sweet. You're a good dude.
We got a whole hour of this, so get ready. Just talk about how much I appreciate you.
Is this just like the opposite of a roast, where you just tell me how good I am at stuff for like an hour?
Exactly. It's a reverse roast. No.
No?
No.
No?
No, you know what? Let's do Bear vs. Mancast.
Okay.
The famous video game podcast about nothing.
Famous.
Where we talk about what we played this week and some news and some other general video game nonsense. Does that sound cool?
I like nonsense,
If I cancel the whole reverse roast thing?
I mean, I guess so. I was really looking forward to it after you told me about it.
We'll make a bonus episode.
Bonus episode.
Yeah,
bonus
we make a lot of
episodes
those.
that never happen.
Yeah, we make a lot of those, so that'll work out great. Do you know what today is, Ryan?
No, March 18th.
It's March 18th. It is a Wednesday, as always.
Wednesday.
And,
Podcast Wednesday.
I'm Nick. Ryan, how you doing today?
Yeah,
just okay?
Yeah, just
Long day so far? Probably been
mean-
up since like 6 o'clock this morning?
No, I got up at 7.
Yeah.
The
that makes
normal time.
That makes a big difference for you.
Yeah, no, it's a whole hour. Like
Yeah,
like a whole one. Yes.
Ryan, I watched a little bit of your live stream last Thursday.
I did one.
How'd that go for you?
It was okay.
It was okay?
Yeah.
I saw that we I actually want to give a quick shout out.
Ooh, I like shout-outs.
To Nicholas Winship.
Oh yeah, that dude.
He's a very dedicated viewer. At least last week of the Bear vs. Man stream. Nicholas Winship. He's a Twitch streamer. He loves Pokemon.
Dude loves Pokemon.
I don't know him personally, but from what exchange that I saw he had with Ryan, I looked a little bit at his profile. I can tell this dude loves Pokemon. He loves Pokemon and Minecraft.
Like he knew a lot about Pokemon.
He loves the Pokemon anime in particular, which
Oh, dude.
I'm going to be honest. I've
don't.
fallen out with that. I don't really like. I haven't seen that in a long time. So
I told
don't
that
know what's
dude
up.
that I'm like, I don't really remember that there was still one going. I'm pretty sure. I was pretty convinced that they stopped making that.
Yeah, if someone had told me that shit doesn't exist anymore, I would zero hesitation in believing that.
Yeah,
I mean,
too.
honestly, I still think like Misty is on it. Like I have no idea.
I don't know who's on it. Some bitch.
It's probably like they still. I think they still might be like personifying and naming the female lead of every video game. Like,
oh, then it's that blonde girl,
Celine. I want to say her name is Selena.
No, it's Serena.
Serena. Oh, of course. Oh,
Of
the
course.
LR confusion.
Good
but yeah,
old
if you
that.
Nicholas Winship seems like a really cool guy, and he loves to play. He plays this really weird, kind of cool mod for Minecraft that's like Pokemon themed. Like constantly, like he's always playing that game.
It's good. Good on him.
And just thanks for watching the stream, and I hope that you're listening to this right now.
Yeah.
And tell all your friends in the UK about this.
Yeah, you should buy video games.
You got anything planned for tomorrow's stream?
Tomorrow is going to be the early edition stream because I have to work during the day, which sucks.
That does suck.
I might do a night stream instead. Like,
yeah, I think that
like a normal
too.
person time.
There's probably a time. Well, yeah, especially if you're gonna be home at normal people time instead of like 10:30.
Yeah,
which is your bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do a night stream? We have to do something appropriately
night stream
after hours.
Okay, so we're gonna play Leisure Suit Larry.
All right. Yeah. The man game.
Man game. Is that the one where you just press A to make girls jump on a trampoline?
No, it's like this game. I want to say at one point they ask you trivia questions, and if you get them right, you get to see boobs.
Oh, okay, I'll play that. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, or you could just Google search boobs.
I don't think I want to do that
with safe search on.
Oh, okay. All right.
And see, I don't know. We'll see what comes up.
I wonder what would happen if you did that.
Only one way to find out. Ryan, did you play any games this week?
I did.
Actually, I know for a fact that you played some games because I know that you and I played Lethal League together.
Oh, Lethal League, yeah.
It seems like a good place to start.
Yes, it does.
That game, fun.
That game is fun. I'm really good at that game.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Nobody knows.
I remember the first time we played it, you just seriously...
I don't, because I was blackout drunk.
You were not blackout drunk.
I was pretty drunk, though.
Okay, I will concede you were pretty drunk, but I wouldn't say you were on the verge of blacking out. Just because I poured you a little bit too much whiskey doesn't mean you're going to black out.
You poured me a little bit too much whiskey like 4 times. But anyway.
You should never let me pour your drinks.
I shouldn't. Actually, it's fun.
Yeah, all right. Well, anytime you need a drink poured, I'm your guy.
All right, good.
So for those who don't know, Lethal League is a 4-player room simulator. No. It's like... the reason I said that is because all the stages in this game... I almost want to liken it to, like, Smash Bros. Like, it's a 2D brawler.
It's like way faster, though.
Yeah, but and you don't... Well, obviously. And you don't hit each other. There's just a ball that you hit. It's like a sports game.
It's a sports ball. For sports.
Yeah, it's a sports ball. Go sports ball team. I'm really doing a terrible job of describing this.
Yeah, you are. Shame on you.
I'm not good at this. I told you in like episode 2. I'm not good at this, and you're really good.
Do you want me to try it?
I'm going to give it one more shot.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a sports game, and it's up to 4 players. I don't know how... We've only ever played it with 4 people, so I don't know how it works if you do, like, 1 player or whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
But up to 4 people, a ball enters the arena, and you just start batting it around, and it bounces off all the walls, and every time you hit it, it goes faster, especially if another player hits it. And if you get hit by the ball at any point after a player hits it, you're knocked out. And at a certain point, the ball is moving at, is the measure? They measure in miles per hour.
I want to say it's probably miles per hour because that's what they use in baseball, I think.
So at a certain point, like, the ball is moving at 2,000 miles per hour. Well, that doesn't usually happen, but your average round will have the ball moving at like 500 miles an hour. And then when you hit it, like, time slows down and it's like, and then it goes like even faster, and you're just trying not to get eliminated. And it's super intense.
It's great. I have a great time playing that game.
Yeah, and then you're like, everybody's jumping in the air and spiking it at the ground, and then it's bouncing diagonally. And I mentioned it was a room simulator because every single stage is just a rectangular room. And then it just bounces off all sides simultaneously. I actually think that game might do well to innovate with its stages a little bit.
Yeah.
Like add a platform or...
just one platform. That'll do.
Yeah, I think... Well, there'd be a stage that'd be just one platform. Or maybe if they just added something in the middle of the screen for the ball to bounce off of.
Yeah, like a little wall doohickey thing.
Just like a tiny little diamond that Like, if it hits it, it'll bounce off of it and ricochet in a different way.
Yeah, that's my one complaint about this game is that once you figure out how to be good, you don't stop being good.
Is that just play as dice?
Maybe. I've literally never played as any other character.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the characters. So you get there's like 6 different characters. I don't remember any of their names. That's not true.
I have a list. Do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read it to you?
I'm going to see how many I remember.
Okay, go.
Okay, so there's dice.
Yep.
Beat.
Nope.
Damn it! Who's the guy with the baseball bat?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Raptor.
I was not going to guess Raptor.
That's all right.
There's Sonata.
Yep.
There's Latch.
Yep.
Latch is a cybernetic crocodile, and he's the greatest character ever.
I'm assuming that's Dice.
No, Dice is just a black guy with a ping pong paddle.
He's great.
He's not a cybernetic alligator at all. What's the skateboarding robot's name?
Switch.
He's pretty cool too. And I have and Candyman.
Yep.
Who's like Deadmau5 with a cane.
Yeah.
He just looks like Deadmau5 without ears. But yeah, they all. Did I miss one?
No.
Sonata is this lady with a hammer that is a speaker. And Raptor is just a dude with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
It's like this interesting cast of characters, and they all have special abilities that once you hit the ball enough times, you can activate the ability to do weird things. Like Dice's special ability, instead of the ball just going straight, it like goes in an arc and hits a surface and then comes back to him.
It doesn't even necessarily have to hit a surface. It just goes in an arc.
And it just goes a certain amount of space. It's let me tell you,
parabola.
No matter how much you play that game, you are not prepared for that to happen.
Nope.
Because the ball travels in semi-predictable ways. Once it starts moving at a certain speed, once it starts ricocheting. Well, even once it starts ricocheting, it bounces like.
You can pretty much tell where it's going to be at any moment.
If you play enough, you start to learn like where it's going to bounce to. But once he hits that, and it goes slower, and it goes in the arc, and you're like, I have just enough time to not react to this, and then it beans you in the back of the head. After it's gone, it goes over your head, and wham!
See, like, I could tell you how to dodge that probably literally every time, but I don't really want to do that.
I don't really want you to do it either.
Okay.
I kind of want to
but
just...
I'm
actually,
pretty sure I know.
I don't usually want to be in the last round with you anyways.
No.
For whatever reason. The only rounds I win are ones that you get knocked out early in.
Yep.
I usually play as Latch, the cybernetic crocodile. His special ability is like he eats the ball, and then he can spit it back out. He has a certain amount of time before you can spit it back out, and you can kind of choose the trajectory. And it just is a really like once you eat the ball, everyone gets really uneasy, and they're like, they're gonna do it. He's gonna, and then you just you try and mix it up and do it when they don't expect it. And that I like that. I think it's super interesting. By the way, this game's on the PC. I don't believe it's on consoles yet.
I don't think so. I think it's just PC.
You can get it on Steam and probably some other places. But yeah, if you got friends and 4 Xbox 360 controllers and one of the old-style dongles that lets you connect 4 to it,
you can have a really great time.
Yeah, that game's super fun. But I can also see why, if you literally... I mean, the only reason that I've played this game is because I am blessed to have a friend who buys 1 million controllers and then creates a PC specifically for hooking up to his TV, and then we play games on it.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, that's him. Ride Appreciation Cast.
Woo!
But if you don't have that particular setup...
If you don't have a Ryan...
Yeah, I'm not sure how much enjoyment could be gotten from this game, honestly.
Yeah. I can't imagine playing it one player. I imagine you can just, like, play the computer.
I'm sure there's a versus computer element to it, but...
Yeah.
The AI in a game like that, like an indie game like that, probably isn't particularly polished. And I'm not trying to talk shit, but that's hard. That hard.
I mean, a lot of the fun in that game is putting 4 dudes in a room, and then the ball goes like 2,000 miles an hour, and the screen changes color, and you're just like, whoa!
At a certain point, you hit the ball, it's going fast enough, you just like go to the Negaverse for a second. It's like an alternate reality where balls go 2,000 miles an hour. It's
I want to say you don't even have to get it that fast. I think it's just 1,000.
I think it's 1,000, yeah.
And it's good. It was a good time.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. Ryan, tell me about a game you played that doesn't require 4 people to be in one room together.
Oh, I will. Do you remember last week when I said I'm gonna play video games this week?
I do.
I did that. Well, I only played one video game, but I beat it. Does that
you only play one video game?
I played one video game, but I beat it.
All right.
And I never beat video
games. I think
games.
Specifically, your promise was that you were going to play more games.
Well, 1 is more than 0 according to math. So.
Well, there was never a week that you played 0 games. Oh, whatever. Tell me about Ori and the Blind Forest.
So, yeah, that game. Ori and the Blind Forest.
You played it on the PC, yes?
I did, yeah.
It's also out on Xbox One.
I didn't know that.
That's because you don't turn that thing on.
Yeah, I don't. It just sits there.
You don't use your Xbox One literally every day like I do.
Yeah, I don't. Ori and the Blind Forest is fine.
Oh man, I don't want to hear your hate speech because I think that game was cool and I want to play it.
It definitely is cool. So for those who don't know, Ori and the Blind Forest is like a Metroidvania kind of thing. You jump around and there's a map and you like get stuff and power ups.
Oh, there is a map.
There's a big map. It's big.
Oh, I thought it was more like Limbo.
No, it's a big map.
Oh, sweet! I want to play it even more.
You should. I'm pretty sure you'll love this game. I
bet I will. Although
I'm fairly confident.
The art style is like.
I actually really dig the visuals.
Well, I need to see it. I haven't seen it in motion yet. I just
should.
saw screenshots. I heard it looks really, really good, but it's all hand drawn, right?
It's super hand drawn. It almost looks like watercolor-y. Not that I'm an artist and know what that really looks like.
I'm pretty sure artists would have a better word for watercolor-y.
Yeah, no, I just did a -y on the end of my adjective. But
all right.
No, it's super fine. It's good. My main complaint with this game is that there's no boss fights.
Really?
There's no
spoilers.
Big enemies. Sorry, but there's no big enemies to face.
I didn't even know there was combat. So
you have this little floaty spirit orb, and if you push X, it shoots a laser. And it's like a homing laser. So if you're close enough, it'll hit something and do damage to it.
How's the platforming?
Really solid and tight. It's super good. And this one has more of an emphasis on puzzles and platforms. You said what's the opposite of the magic words? You said
the
Muggle words.
You said them words. You said puzzle and platformer in the same sentence, and I really don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's good though.
Is it
it's
a puzzle?
Good.
Is it a puzzle platformer? Yes or
no?
Okay, thank God. I've actually been looking to get into a 2D platformer that is not a puzzle platformer.
There are puzzles, and you do platform in them, but I wouldn't call it a puzzle platformer.
Are they have you played Super Metroid?
Yeah, a little bit.
Would you say that Super Metroid has puzzles?
Okay, so if you rate those puzzles on a scale from 1 to 10 about how puzzly they are, I would rate those as a 5.
The ones in Super Metroid or Ori?
Yeah, in Super Metroid. And then if you took that same scale and applied it to Ori, I would say it has a 7 in terms of how puzzly the puzzles are.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd say Super Metroid has puzzles. It's just you need to get an item and then figure out where to use it. It's there isn't a room. You don't go into a room a la God of War, where there's a gate and some things you have to push, and you gotta just this camera zooms out and they're
no. There's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that.
That's fine.
You'll
not
get
a bad thing.
There's a really cool ability that I want to tell you about, and it's called Bash in the game.
Okay.
But what it does, Bash is a really bad name for it. But what it does is you jump up next to a projectile, and you get close enough to it, you can push Y, and then the time stops, and you can, and a little arrow pops up with a front and a back. The front of the arrow is where Ori's going to jump really high, and then the back of the arrow is where you're going to shoot the projectile in a new direction. And it's really neat and fun because it ends up like you'll chain a bunch of bashes up a chasm to like get really high up the chasm, or you like there's like a little rolling rhino thing, and you can like shoot that motherfucker at a wall and he'll break it. And
that you're right. Bash is a really bad name for that.
Bash is a really bad name for that. I don't know what they should call it, but it's basically either use it to jump really high off of things or to shoot things at other things.
That sounds really awesome.
It's dope.
I have to get
it's
this.
Dope
How much does this game cost?
It is $20 American.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I was hoping for 15.
I imagine that's going to be a game that goes on Steam sale.
I imagine
in the year.
I'm
like summer sales coming
bit,
up or something.
I'm a little bit surprised that it wasn't like Xbox Game with Gold this past month.
Honestly, I bet you that'll happen.
I'm sure it will happen with
because it is a Microsoft Studios game, so like they made it.
They don't want to put it on Games with Gold too soon, but it's
either
they want to put it on right away, or they want to delay it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I bet you sometime in the summer you can get that game for not as much money or free.
I really. Here's the weird thing about me.
Mm-hmm.
If I can own a game on the Xbox One, I seriously don't want to own it on anything else.
Okay.
And that includes games. So you know the Binding of Isaac Rebirth?
Yep.
That game is not on the Xbox One. But one time I saw a legit looking video of a loading screen in the game with the Xbox One logo in the corner, as if it was like accessing the hard drive. And like that's like a thing that happens in Xbox One games sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I've been holding out for the Xbox One version of Binding of Isaac Rebirth that does not exist.
Even though it probably will never come. Because they did a deal with Sony.
Never is a strong word.
Okay.
But considering there's been more talk about it coming to Nintendo consoles, and that's something
that'll never happen.
Considered like impossible because of the religious aspects of that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's hope coming to the Xbox One. I haven't given up yet.
Okay, well, good for you.
Ori, I know. I mean, they do sales on. They're more apt to put that on sale on Xbox One. It might just be like 20% off or something. But I would definitely pay. I would pay $15 for that game. Is just.
It's a $15 game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I sound like a piece of shit right now. And it was like $20? No way. And they're like,
I don't want to pay $5 extra than what I wanted.
Spend $80 on Bloodborne in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're dumb.
Not even 2 weeks.
That's next week.
What did you call me, dumb?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, it's the 24th.
That's next week.
Holy shit! It's next week.
Yep.
Oh man, I got so many games to play. My life is so hard.
Yeah, it's true.
And I want to write more stuff. I'm definitely gonna say got something to say about Bloodborne. It's gonna be kind of big.
Yeah, but I mean, Ori is good. There are sections in that game that are just too hard for their own good. There's moments in the game where you have to escape really, really fast from something because of something that happens in the world, and it's basically just a test of how good are you at looking at minute details while you're going really fast. And I'm not that, because you'll have to like precisely know where to jump and where to bash and where to like ground pound different places at different moments in that escape scene, and oftentimes I just died hundreds of times.
Sounds a little bit like Rayman Origins / Legends.
Yes, it's that. It's like the treasure thing.
I really liked those missions.
Yeah, this time it made me really, really mad.
That's not particularly difficult.
Yeah, so that's why I think you're gonna like this game more than I did.
I have zero doubt in my mind that I will like it more than you.
Mm-hmm.
But like how much I'll actually like it, I don't know.
Like I would probably give it like a 7 because I like everything else in that game except for that. The story is actually pretty interesting.
It's impossible. You don't even recognize the existence of a story in games.
The nice thing about that game is that there's like, I don't know, maybe 500 words of story.
Good. I mean,
probably
there's
less.
some like lady who narrates the whole thing, right?
It's a dude.
Oh.
It's like I think it's like a personified god tree or some shit.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. I think everybody else in the game is a lady except for one thing that you're just not sure.
Interesting.
Because I'm pretty sure Ori's a lady.
Really?
And then there's... I'm pretty sure. I think they called her a her. I don't know. I just assume she's female. And then the little... Like the big... There's like this big bear thing that takes care of you in the beginning of the game, and I thought it was a dude because just the way it looks, but I read it's a girl. So that's a thing.
That does make sense. I mean, the mother bear and...
Yeah, it looks like a bear a little bit.
Bears are cool.
I like bears. Duh.
Yeah, I think that's evident.
And then there's like a big owl lady. It's just a big owl. It's not really a lady. It's just an owl. It's a girl, though.
If you were to tell me what makes the forest blind, would that be a spoiler?
Honestly, I don't really know what makes the forest blind.
All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to play the game for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I could nary a guess, but I don't think it's really like mapped out specifically. I think you have to like sort of interpret it from the context clues of the surrounding story.
I'm kind of good at that. I'll give that a run.
Yeah, maybe you can tell me.
I'll report back on is forest blind.
Is forest blind? Checkbox. Yes. No.
Yeah, you wrote a little review about that, didn't you?
I did. I wrote. Actually, it's a pretty big review if you look at the scale of my other reviews. But yeah, no, it's a. I wrote a review. You should read it. It's on bearversusman.com.
Yeah, hopefully there's gonna be a lot more other stuff written there soon.
Yeah, I'm working on planning some weekly features. So that there's something new every week that I post. That'll vary. Besides a podcast. I'm probably gonna write up something about what's gonna be coming in the coming weeks. I'll probably write a little something, a little blurb.
Okay, that's cool. I'll tell you. I'll you put some of the stuff I'm planning in there too.
Yeah, good.
Ryan, can I tell you about a game? Or actually, I'm gonna tell you about an experience I had involving video games.
Okay, I'm into it.
So I'm still playing Destiny. Like
that's
almost every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Really. I'm not. I'm just in it to win it. Like I said, I'm still playing with my friends. Like I only once this whole time, past 4 weeks we've been doing this. It's basically how long I've been playing Destiny again. Basically since launch. Only once did I ever log in and play by myself. So
yeah, really?
Yeah, just my friends and I are all in it to win it on Destiny, and so we play like almost every single day for a certain amount of time. But you wouldn't know because you didn't get to the next level. But
nope.
The way that they distribute, there's lots of ways to get high level gear, but one of the ways they do it is they have this merchant show up in the social hub every Friday through Sunday.
Okay.
He shows up on the weekend. His name is Xur. Xur, and there's like an accent over the U, so I think I'm pronouncing that properly. And there's certain courtesies in the game that you can get in certain ways, doing like high level weekly and daily events and stuff like that. And you buy special weapons from him, exotic weapons and armor that are unique. They have each piece or weapon has an ability that no other weapon has. So it's kind of a big deal. They're also obviously as powerful as they could possibly be. So Xur is kind of a big deal. And the thing about Xur is that he shows up during the server refresh time, which takes place in the middle of the night. Approximately 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
And so he technically shows up Thursday night. If you don't go to bed on Thursday and you stay up for Xur, he's there on Thursday, also known as Xur's Day.
Oh.
And so I've never been obsessed with Destiny enough to really give a shit about Xur showing up. Like, I was never, like, anxiously, just whatever. I'd check in, I'd, like, read online what he had that week, and if it was something I wanted, I'd go buy it. For a while, there was, like, one piece of armor I really wanted, and I was, like, checking every week to see if they had it, and they finally got it, and I was like, feels good, man. But this week, I had a whole bunch of strange coins, and my friends and I were playing Destiny until late in the night. And suddenly it was like 3 o'clock, and like we're going straight into Xur's Day, man. We're staying up, and it's like this is a milestone for me. I've never been so desperate playing Destiny to stay up to see Xur. Except, okay, so now it's about 4:10. My friend and I just finished an activity, and we go back to the tower, and we look for Xur, because he always shows up in a different place every week.
Okay.
So we're like, but it's like not a different place every week, but he changes locations. He's got like a set, like 6 or 7 that he shows up in. Now we each have our own idea of where he's going to be this week, because he hasn't been there in a while. So we just split off. We're running. We're like, we're gonna go find Xur. Yay! We're so excited. And he's not where we think he's gonna be. So we just start looking everywhere he could possibly be.
Yep.
And he's not there at all. And then I remember that last week was daylight savings time.
Oh no!
And now Xur shows up at 5 a.m.
Oh, that's awful.
And so we're like, we're demoralized. We're beaten. And we're like, all right, well, I guess we'll just go to bed then. Just stay up all this time to not see Xur. That's cool.
No, you should have just fucking stuck it out another hour, you pussy.
Well, it wasn't even another hour. That's the thing. By the time I got ready for bed and I brushed my teeth, I looked at the clock and it was 4:45 already. And I was like,
yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna. I've come too far to quit now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at this point my friend was already asleep in bed. Like, he just probably turned around and fell onto his bed and fell asleep.
Yeah, totally.
But I was in it to win it. And
Did you win it?
Waited it out, and I found that Xur, and he had nothing good for sale. Just
what the fuck?
Really not very good stuff. There's a couple weapons I really want to buy from him, and he had this pulse rifle that seemed okay, but it's like killing enemies, helps your health regeneration, and something else. But I'm already looking at I'm potentially very soon getting a different exotic pulse rifle that I think is a little bit better. So that's my story. That I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning for nothing.
Oh, good.
And
that sounds shitty.
Probably slept until like 11 o'clock. I haven't gotten more than 6 hours of sleep in like 2 weeks, including last night, because I was playing Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
And we podcast on the early side, because you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And so I rolled out of bed, and I was like, oh, I'm podcasting. I'm just kidding. I love podcasting.
Me too. It's good.
Richie, so you only played Ori and the Blind Forest, huh?
Yeah, I beat that shit, though, so credit to me. I beat it.
Oh,
I never beat games.
I think that's great.
Me too.
I think it's super duper that you beat that game. About how long did it take?
Well, here, let me click on my Steam, and I'll tell you. I want to say it's about 10 hours, but I'll just double check. 11 hours, it says.
No, that's a little bit longer than I thought it would take.
And I didn't get everything, although there's like a percentage counter, and it said I was at 97%, so I got most of everything.
How long do you think it would take if someone who was good at the game tried to beat it?
8 to 10.
It's still a bit longer than I thought it would be. I was thinking like 7.
It's decently long. There's a lot of shit to do. You got to go to like 3 different areas of the map, and the map is pretty spanning. And then there's like temples that you have to do, which are separate from the map. So there's a lot to do in that game. And there's bunches of health upgrades. And the other cool thing about this game is that we're just going to talk about it again. The other cool thing is you have a save anywhere feature.
I heard about that. Yeah,
it's neat because like it's not unlimited, and you also use that resource for other things too. Yeah, so it's blue. I think it's called energy, but whatever.
What else do you use it for?
So remember your little floating spirit laser shooter?
Yes.
If you hold X, she explodes and does like area of effect damage to everybody, and that costs 1 energy. You can later on take a feat that like makes it cost half as much. Same with saving. So that's pretty dope.
Cool. That's really fascinating, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that it had that aspect of it. I mean,
it's neat.
Did you feel like at any point you felt like trapped by the fact that you're like, oh, I can't make a save point here because I won't have enough energy and blah blah blah? Or did you run out of energy and feel like
that one happened a lot? Sometimes, well, not a lot. In the beginning of the game, you can't save as often because you only have 3 energy, and so you really have to manage your saves efficiently, or else you're gonna have to like repeat big chunks of area because you died and didn't have an energy to save. But towards the end of the game, I could do whatever I wanted. Really, I could save every 15 feet. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think if that mechanic is well tuned, like it's balanced to make sure you can easily use it to not miss too much of the game.
Yep.
That could be really cool.
No, I think it's implemented well. I'm just a saving whore, so like I'll save all the time. And so in the beginning, when you only have like 3 saves, you're just like, oh shit, fuck.
Yeah, I can imagine that's kind of frustrating. But if it's I can imagine a scenario in which that goes really poorly, that you really just like don't. You save too often, and then you run out of saves, and you get to this really hard part, and you have to repeat like the easy parts before it, and it just gets really frustrating.
Yeah, no, that happened to me like maybe twice, which isn't bad, all considering. But the nice thing about the save point feature is there's another feat where every time you make a save point, you heal, which is pretty dope. So you can use that to like instead of because there's no like health drops really. There's a few. So you have to save to heal in a lot of instances, which is I don't know. I think that's neat.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. I didn't realize that it was deep like that.
Yeah, I think it's deeper than a lot of people like notice on the surface.
Maybe it is worth $20.
It's close enough.
I was gonna buy that Steam. Oh no, wait. Oh, I still have Steam money. I was gonna buy that Oceanhorn game, but I have Steam money still, so that doesn't count as money.
Yeah, Steam money is fake money.
Well,
you know what I started doing?
Well,
on Steam?
I actually have like wallet funds.
You know what I started doing on Steam?
What?
You know those trading cards you get that are pretty much worthless?
Have you been selling them to random people?
Absolutely.
Yep. That's awesome.
I just realized that you could do that.
Cents.
Yeah.
And people will buy them like real fast.
I sold like the entire like thing in my whatever. I sold everything. I have like $10.
You should have brought this up sooner.
I didn't know you could do that.
I was like, hey, have you played any games this week? You'd be like, no, but Steam trading cards. Here's a story.
You maybe remember it because Steam Wallet. You made me remember.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
This is why we're in it together. This is why we don't podcast alone.
Yeah, because I would forget lots of stuff.
Yeah, I think that the Steam trading card thing. I mean, I've crafted a couple badges and it's kind of neat. You get like a background from it and shit.
Yeah, sure.
But ultimately, the idea of just like, hey, I played this game and now I can sell it. Like, oh, hey, I got all the drops from this game that I was going to play anyways, and now I can sell this and make like 75 cents. And
Great.
then, it kind of adds up over time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very fascinating feature. Valve is doing some really crazy stuff with Steam, and it's not stopping anytime soon. This crazy stuff.
They're loco. But yeah, no.
Ryan, can I tell you about some iOS games that I played?
Yeah, sure.
I played more of those. I tend to do that a lot. I actually have been thinking the amount of iOS games I've played is noteworthy enough that I should maybe write about some.
Okay, I think you should.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. And even if I want to buy brand new ones, it's like not expensive.
Yep.
But actually, I went back to an old favorite this week. We were talking about last week about kind of the auto runner, in-app purchase, coin doubler type of thing.
Yep. We talked about that.
I played this, one of my favorite auto runners that's a game like that, called Punch Quest.
I love Punch Quest.
You've played Punch Quest? That game's really good. I haven't played it in so long. I don't even think I've played it since like I kind of first got my phone. Like I remember playing it on like my original 4G, my first iPhone. But for those of you who have not played Punch Quest, go play it. It's free.
Great.
Punch Quest it's an auto runner, and you play as a buff dude, and you're running through a dungeon, and you can tap the left side of the screen to uppercut, and the right side of the screen to straight punch, which also makes you go a little bit faster. And it basically you run through the dungeon, and there's enemies and spikes and stuff, and you have to either jump in the air and uppercut bats, or like jump over spikes. And there's like the path split, and sometimes there's treasure, and sometimes there's a boss fight, and you can like block attacks by holding each side of the screen. It's like really kind of simple, but it's complex too, and once you get to like later on in the run, and there's enemies that will like consistently attack you, you have to block a lot more, and it's actually more complex than I remember it being. I remember just like kind of mashing through it, but that game gets kind of hard towards the end of your runs.
Yeah, that game is hard, but I think it's great.
And there's a lot of stuff to buy in that game. I actually finally invested in the coin or the puncho doubler. The currency in that game are punchos.
Yeah.
And it still is collecting all those punchos to get all the upgrades is still an extremely daunting task.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
It's like those upgrades towards the end are like really super expensive, and it's gonna take a lot of playing Punch Quest to unlock them. Like even with the doubler, it's so daunting. I kind of don't even want to play it. Like it really is just so insurmountable. It's like I either have to play this a lot or give up on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I might stick with Punch Quest a little bit, but I wanted to bring it up because we were talking about the coin doubler last week. And I also played a new iOS game.
No,
I think it's new. I did. It's called Card Crawl.
That sounds like a thing you would like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like card games, and it's not on match 3. So imagine. I'm trying to think of what card crawls could be really hard to explain. Envision solitaire, but with like way less cards on the board at once.
Okay.
All right, you're envisioning this?
Yeah. Mental picture developing.
Imagine, okay, that, but it's a roguelike.
The fuck?
So every game of Card Crawl lasts like 2 minutes, depending on how badly you die. And basically, you are a person with 13 HP, and you have there's places for 8 cards on the table. You take up one of them. You have a left hand, a right hand, and a backpack, and you can put cards there.
Okay.
And then the other 4 spaces are dealt. You get dealt cards from the dungeon deck. And the dungeon deck contains monsters, swords, shields, potions, and treasure. And special abilities. And he deals you 4. And you have to use 3 of them. You have to take 3 of them away from where they lie. And then he'll give you 3 more in the next hand. And you have to get to the bottom of the deck. So if it's like a sword or a shield, you can equip it, or an ability. You can like put it in one of your arms to get it out of the play field, or you can put it in your backpack and save it. But you have to move it from your backpack to your hands to use it. And if you used an item, like if you used a potion that turn by moving it into your hand, it won't be removed from your hand until the next hand. Like you won't unequip it until the next hand is played. And then monsters can be either attacked, or you can drop them onto your character and have them attack you, and you'll take damage equal to their power, and they'll go away. Or you can put them on a shield, and the shield will block as much damage as possible, and then you'll take the rest.
Yeah.
So the idea is you're trying to use you want to use the cards as efficiently as possible. And so you want to so there's like a monster, they only have one value, they have a power value. So if you attack them, they'll do less damage. It's like their HP and their attack at the same time.
Okay.
And the whole time you're trying to collect treasure, because that's how you're graded at the end of the game. If you live, the amount of treasure that you have left is your high score. And the more treasure you get, you can unlock more ability cards. There's like 20 ability cards, and you only start with 5 of them. And when you play the game, they randomly give you 5 of what you've unlocked. And there's some pretty interesting ones deeper down there, but you have to buy them with treasure, leftover treasure.
Yeah.
And you can get extra treasure, because there are treasure cards that give you treasure, and obviously you want to collect as many of those as possible. Putting them in your backpack, you'll collect them just naturally, and then they'll be discarded in the next hand. But you can also take potions and items, like swords and shields, and sell them to the merchant to get them out of the playfield, and you get gold in correspondence with their power value. But in my experience, if you do that with like more than 2 items, you're going to die. Because you have to take a certain amount of damage, or mitigate a certain amount of damage, to survive. Because the cards are always the same. You always have the same number of like 4 power monsters, and 7 power monsters, and 10 power monsters, and the same amount of like 2 shields and 4 swords. Like, the deck is standardized besides those 5 ability cards.
This sounds really complicated.
It's not complicated at all. If you looked at it, it would make sense, but I'm trying to explain it's like a game that makes virtually no sense without seeing it. I'm trying to explain that on a freaking podcast, and it doesn't make any sense. It costs like $2, and I think that game's super cool. And it's just like super fun game to like whip out and like just, oh, cool. Just like play it for 2 minutes. Oh, I died. All right, well, time to go back to doing work or whatever I was supposed to be doing instead of playing iOS games.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun game. I'm definitely gonna keep playing it. But yeah, it is really hard to explain.
Yes.
I'm going to listen back eventually in my explanation and be like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Even though I know how to play the game. But it's a fun little iOS game for interludes. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes to play a match. So I'm gonna stick with it. It seems like it's gonna take a while for me to unlock all those cards, and I'm not sure if I'm that dedicated to actually trying to unlock the cards. I'm just probably gonna stop playing it when it's not fun anymore. Which seems like that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I would say so.
Though I didn't really play any other noteworthy games this week, so I think I've got some news that we're going to talk about.
I like news.
Do you have any objections?
Yes.
Okay, what's your objection?
No news.
All right. So moving on.
Moving on. News time.
Do you have any news to share with us, Ryan?
Hell no.
Okay. So you remember last week when I think you used something. I'm going to paraphrase you here, but you said, I think Titanfall 2 is going to be a really good game.
Something like that, yeah.
The Titanfall 2 was announced really officially, but in the least official capacity I've ever heard of.
Oh, really?
Basically, the head of Respawn, or one of the leads at Respawn Software, he was somewhere and they were asking him questions about Titanfall, and he was just like, okay, yes, we're working on Titanfall 2, and it's going to be multi-platform. Mm-hmm. And that was the extent of it. There was no official press release. There's no launch trailer or anything like that. It's just...
They're just like, here's a game that is going to happen.
This one guy was like, we're definitely working on a sequel to that game, and it's going to be multi-platform. It's coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Great.
But, I mean, that's about as unofficial as a release as I'd be okay with. I mean, we know it's, we know it's coming now.
Yeah, it's coming.
I really can't wait for it. Like I mentioned last week, I think Titanfall's super fun. Mm-hmm. I think they work out some of those kinks, and they put some more weapons in the game, because it's really a limited selection of weapons. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, I think that Titanfall 2 is going to be, like, the one that, like, makes it happen. The one that, like, really sets that series off in a good way. Unless they really fuck it up, which could happen.
It's possible. Yeah, I could see them going. Yeah, I mean, there's sort of in a place where the only place to really go right now is up, because the first game is kind of basic.
Yeah, they prove the concept pretty well. The fucking giant mechs are fun.
Yeah, it's like
shooting guys is fun, so therefore.
Yeah,
and the shooting in that game was pretty tight. So
yeah, it was, and the player health was really appropriate. You didn't just die instantly as soon as you started getting shot.
Right.
It was really cool, and there was lots of I think cool customization options for your Titan, and it was kind of cool having the burn card system. Remember that? I totally forgot about that.
Oh, burn cards are cool.
You kind of don't like that system.
Yeah, I like that
because it made you anticipate your need. Like when you died, you'd activate a burn card, and it would make you anticipate your needs for that life, even though that's impossible. Mm-hmm. And then you'd activate a super cool burn card, and then just get stomped on by a Titan, and you had nothing you could have done about it, and then your burn card's gone. But I think if anything, that's going to be the biggest. I feel like that system is going to be the biggest change in the second game. They're probably going to overhaul that. I would be surprised they overhauled it completely. So I'm curious to see what they think of next, because Titanfall 1's a pretty good game.
Yeah, no, it is.
Ryan, do you remember a day ago when you were like, "Here's some facts about me. I really like JRPGs." What's up with that? Why no JRPG?
I remember that. I wrote it yesterday.
Square Enix has confirmed that they're working on a new, quote, JRPG for home game machines.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, because they've lied to me before, Nick.
Yeah, but this is Square Enix, man. They made Chrono Trigger and shit.
Square Enix has let me down. They made Final Fantasy 13.
Is that the? No. For some reason I thought you were gonna mention Final Fantasy 14.
No, 13.
I think the biggest letdown is still a Final Fantasy game that's a really shitty MMO where you can't move your character with WASD.
Yeah, no, that sucks. That sucks too. I can't believe they made 2 of those.
You're saying 13 is their biggest sin?
Yeah, because they made it look like it was going to be RPG, but it's not. It's shit.
What you saying? It's an RPG.
It's fucking not an RPG.
Did you play?
I don't think anybody here knows what an RPG is.
It's a role-playing game.
Nope, that's not enough.
It's where it's turn-based sometimes, and
no, sometimes it's not negotiable.
That's not true.
There needs to be menus.
You could have action RPGs.
Action RPGs are not JRPGs. Those are JRPGs.
Oh, you didn't say JRPG.
JARPG.
You just said, I don't think anybody knows what an RPG is.
Yeah, no, a JRPG. It's very specific.
Oh, well, if we're talking about JRPGs, yeah, okay, it has to be turn-based. And
turn-based. Menus. Maybe some other shit.
You leveling up. And you
leveling
just want basic leveling up? Just
equipment.
You reach level 13. Get fire.
No grids. Fuck grids.
No grids. I don't even know what 13 used.
I don't remember either. I think it was something like 10.
Ooh.
That was lame. Lamer than 10 was. I can't remember. That game was garbage.
Lamer than 10, but was it better than 12?
I didn't really play 12.
I like 12 a lot.
I know you do. I don't think that's an RPG.
That is an RPG, but it's not a JRPG.
That what I said.
It plays more like WoW.
Yeah, that's gross.
Because, well, like, you move near a character, and then you like, attack this guy, and it's like, all right, my action gauge is filled, I'm going to attack him, and then, like, the monster does the same thing. So, like, they'll just auto-attack if you don't do anything.
Yeah. No, I want...
It's different. I know it's not what you're looking for, but I like it in a good way. I mean, Final Fantasy X, I know despite the grid, they at least had turn-based battles, like straight turn-based battles.
Yeah, I actually like Final Fantasy X, except for the grid part.
The grid was particularly heinous. What
it
about
was pretty bad.
10-2?
No, that game's bad. That's a bad game.
Well, you can play it on PS4 like later this year.
All right, whatever.
So it has yet to be seen if this JRPG for home game machines is going to be Final Fantasy, but it just sounds like it's not. It sounds like it's going to be something different. They're working on something kind of new, like maybe something kind of like Lost Odyssey, kind of that surprise. Here's a console RPG.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
I liked Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, I know you liked Lost Odyssey.
That's a good
turn-based.
game. That's a good game.
And
they had like yeah, it is. I got that. That's a game where I got to the part where they give you a boat, and then I stopped.
Oh man, dude. I think every JRPG has to have a boat. Would you agree with
that? Boat is too specific because sometimes you get like a group of dragons, or sometimes you get like a spaceship. What game are you referring to? I think in Tales of Symphonia, you get like some kind of weird dragon.
No, you
thing.
get a ship that
you get a ship?
At first it's like, oh, the flight drive is broken, so it's a boat.
I think there's definitely there's definitely a
I think
JRPG.
It's Vesperia. You get a dragon.
Maybe there's some RPG where you and your three friends.
Oh, Psycho Detsu 3.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, but you get a boat first.
You do get a boat,
and then it's just like, man, screw that boat. Let's just burn that mother down and ride on this fluffy dragon thing. That's awesome. That guy his name's like, I can't remember what his name is. That guy's awesome. Yeah. So we'll see what Square Enix got cooking. Maybe something fun, console RPG. Maybe it probably won't be Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns 2.
No,
but I also would not be surprised if they did that.
I think they're done with Lightning. I think Lightning is dead.
Actually dead?
No,
okay.
Not actually.
Lightning Returns was kind of an interesting idea because it was like a little bit more actiony, and it took place like it was like this weird Majora's Mask type of world. It was like it's like pre-apocalypse, going through the world, meeting people from the first two games, and it seemed interesting. But
yeah, I never played that.
I played the demo. It played okay. But I didn't have any involvement in the 13 story at all, so I had no idea what was going on. Let me see, what else happened this week? The Last Guardian, the trademark was renewed for not a second time, but a third time.
No way.
So
that game's never coming out.
That game might come out at some point, because they renewed the trademark again, which is good, because last time it lapsed, and they didn't really renew it too quickly, and people got really scared.
I want that game to come out sometime.
I want that game to come out too, and the only problem is that it's been such, like, okay, so whoever studio is producing it, they have not done anything to create hype for this game.
No,
but us Westerners have done quite enough of that for them. We have been hyping the shit out of this game.
Yeah, that's really true.
Like it's going to be the second coming, and it's going to like appear one day in a brilliant light and just rapture all the believers. Like, we have put it on such a pedestal that no matter what happens when this game comes out, everyone's going to hate it. It's not going to be good enough.
Probably.
I can't believe it sucks. I can't believe it's only a 10-hour game. It took them 10 years to develop a 10-hour game. It's gonna be unreal. I love Shadow of the Colossus. It's one of my favorite games ever. Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah.
I thought I said it weird. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games ever. It like seriously, like it. I would say that game changed my life. Like, I played that game, and I was like, holy crap, games can be like this?
Yeah.
I'd only ever played, like, dumb games up till then.
Yeah, I remember when that game first came out, I knew it was like they had a finite number of bosses. I can't remember how many.
It was only bosses.
And it's only bosses, and I'm pretty sure I got through like 5 of them, and then I said, I have to stop playing this game because I love it so much and I don't want it to end. And I literally haven't played it since.
That's weird, because I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have thought it was your kind of game.
I love that game, but I literally have never played it for very long.
Oh man, do you have the HD version?
Yeah, I do actually.
I do too. I never really played it. You should play that.
I should.
Like soon.
You're right. All right, sure.
That game's super super good. And but I just I don't project any of that onto The Last Guardian. Like I have no expectations for The Last Guardian. I just I want to play that game, and if it's cool, that's awesome. Like I don't want to build it up. I'm trying not to build it up because everyone else has been doing quite enough of that. Methinks.
That's another game where the hype train will hit me hard once it's like officially has a release date.
Yeah. It's Sony's Half-Life 3.
Yeah, it is.
Only it might actually come out. Unlike Half-Life 3.
I mean, they keep renewing the trademark, so I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, do these two words make any sense when I put them together in your mind?
Sure.
Project Ukulele.
Nope.
So, do you remember a little game company called Rareware?
Yeah.
I
do.
They were a little, like, indie organization that definitely didn't make some of the best games on Super Nintendo and N64, and really just almost define an entire generation of games. Banjo-Kazooie. They made Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, they did.
So eventually, somewhere around like 2005, somewhere in there, Microsoft bought Rare, and they hit it repeatedly with a hammer.
Yep.
They just beat the shit out of that organization. And so they kind of split up for a while, and now they're back. And they, some of the ex-Rare guys, they formed a studio called Playtronic, I think, is the name of their studio.
Uh-huh.
It's, let me see. I want to get this right. Yeah, Playtonic, which makes sense because their logo is like a little beaker with like liquid in it. And they've said they were working on Project Ukulele for a little bit, and they even, first name, it was called codename Mingy Jongo, and it was, trying to emphasize it's going to be like, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie. It was like that, like that mumbo jumbo thing. And they released some screenshots, some work in progress screenshots of Project Ukulele, and how
I'm excited.
Essentially announced it's going to be like a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie.
This makes me very excited.
Yeah, I actually I need to I want to show these screenshots off because they're super cool looking. Like they're a little cel shadedy, and they just look awesome.
You should put them on bearversusman.com.
Bitch, I might.
Bitch, you should.
I'm gonna. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
son.
So, is there something you need to tell me, Bear? Okay. So the funny thing is, when I was a kid, I loved Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
Yep, me too.
Pretty recently, like within the past year or two, I went back and I played the re-release of Banjo-Tooie on Xbox 360. And
garbage?
No, it's a solid re-release.
Oh,
but
good.
I played through like about a quarter to a third of the game, and then I was like, I played it a lot in one day. I think was my problem because I didn't really have anything else to do. I was visiting a friend, and I didn't have like all my things with me, like my laptop and everything. So I was just like, I'm gonna play Banjo-Tooie because he owns that game, and I played a lot of it in one day. And then after a little bit, I was like, I am super bored of this game.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, get this game away from me. I'm so bored of it. It's just the same thing over and over, and I just can't take it anymore. But I think I was just, because I played it so much in one day, like, it was a little bit much. But Banjo-Tooie was, that game was really good. Like, the way, the worlds were, like, semi-interconnected, and I think they really nailed down that whole hub world and, like, special abilities to go back to other levels and stuff like that in a really cool way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely, if it's more of that, I'm totally in. I will crowdfund the shit out of Project Ukulele if it gets to that point.
Yeah, I would too.
I don't know what kind of capital Playtonic is working with, but if they need a little bit more, HMU.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Hit
there's
HUU.
There's a 36-minute video where they talk about the Banjo-Kazooie spiritual successor, and I should probably watch that. And so should you. BearVersusMan.com. I'm going to have an embedded YouTube link.
BearVersusMan.com.
Along with other stuff, because I don't believe in just posting embedded YouTube links. I think that's clickbait garbage. But
yeah. Well, okay.
All right. Now for the big news.
That wasn't the big news?
Here's the big news. Paula Deen has a video game.
Oh, shit. That's the huge news, because that's a joke.
No, it's real.
Oh,
it's not.
It's real?
It's real.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's, we're gonna see what's up with this game. It's a match 3.
So, of course, you're in love.
I am. I'm going to definitely play it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what the name of this game is. It's, something about Paula Deen's recipe something or other. just so I want to give all of our listeners the full name of the game so they can look it up on the App Store. Although I'm pretty sure a search for Paula Deen on the App Store would return only one result.
This game,
Paula Deen's Recipe Quest, available on Android and iOS as of yesterday. It's a free match 3. Some in-app purchases are going to be there. Whether or not the game has just a lot of latent built-up racism, I don't know.
Definitely
just racism that the game has acquired from growing up in a society where that was the norm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There might be some of that, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna play this game, and it's free to play. It's a free to play match 3, and I just broke up with one of those. So,
what'd she do? She cheat on you?
No, I just decided Pokemon Shuffle wasn't worth my time.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Plus, it was on my 3DS, and I found myself not playing good 3DS games because I didn't want to close Pokemon Shuffle. So I was like, this is just completely unacceptable. So I'm gonna find out what's up with Paula Deen's Recipe Quest. She looks like it looks like the logo looks like Cooking Mama. Like they were playing off that sort of theme.
Oh, interesting.
All right, now bigger news.
Oh, there's even bigger news?
This is the biggest news. It's Nintendo news.
Ninten-News.
This is always Nintendo makes the biggest news.
Ninten-News.
And it's a 2-part big news.
News about the original mother. Ninten-News.
Ninten. Oh man, what a guy. Nintendo, they announced a couple of things. They announced that they're going to be partnering with a company called DNA. D-E-N-A. It's a Japanese company that...
Or is it Dina?
Dina. Yeah, they're working with Dina. With Dina. And they're a mobile developer. Mm-hmm. And they've officially announced that Nintendo IPs are coming to mobile.
What?
And Dina is also going to be working on the new system that's going to replace Club Nintendo. And they said that Club Nintendo, this new system is going to be completely integrated with the 3DS, the Wii U, home, PCs, and mobile, and new hardware that they're working on.
Dude.
This thing they're calling Project NX. That is
big deal.
It is. It's just kind of huge because they've assured us that the NX is not going to be replacing the Wii U. Mm-hmm. It's not like their next home console that makes the previous one obsolete.
Handheld?
I don't know why. Why would they make a handheld with the new 3DS just came out?
They did that with the DSi, bro. They did that shit.
I mean, they released the DSi XL, and they're just like, hey, how about one in 3D instead? You mean that?
Yeah, I want to say like within a year? Release date between DSi. I'm gonna look it up while you keep talking.
Okay. I think that they have no details to share about NX. They're just saying they're working on it, and they're making new hardware of some kind. I'm pretty sure. I don't see Nintendo breaking into the VR market, especially because Nintendo sets trends and refuses to follow them.
Yeah.
In sometimes a really stupid way.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not gonna get in on that. I think that's like beneath them now. Like they're gonna let everybody else fight it out and do something completely different and crazy.
Yeah,
in my experience, that's what they tend to do.
Just for everybody listening, the DSi came out in 2009, and the 3DS came out around the same month in 2011. It could happen.
Didn't they have a DSi XL or something?
No, the only XLs are 3DS. They didn't have an XL DSi.
Or they had like a different version of it, I thought. I don't know.
Yeah, the DSi.
Oh yeah, I thought there was a bigger. Never mind. Shut
up. But yeah, that came out, and then so if that thing's gonna come out in like 2016, maybe
it might. Yeah, I mean,
although
not coming out this year, that's for sure.
I just don't think it's time for that shit because, man, the 3DS just got really good. Yeah, like in the past year.
Well, they made it so. Iwata clarified. So Iwata clarified this new membership service that they mentioned, the one with DN that they're replacing Club Nintendo with, or that they are using to replace Club Nintendo, encompasses the existing Nintendo 3DS and Wii U systems, the new hardware system with a brand new concept, NX, and smart devices and PCs. So they're not replacing anything. This NX is going to exist alongside the Wii U and the 3DS.
What?
Which is like, what is it? Like, what is this third thing?
It's a phone.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Well, but they mentioned that smart devices and NX.
Sony made a phone.
Yeah, well, Nokia made the N-Gage.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure it's got to be a phone. There's no way Nintendo would put their IPs on the phones without having a phone to put them on.
They would if they're not. They would do that. That scenario that you just said they wouldn't do. They would do that if they're not stupid.
Yeah,
you heard me. I just disagreed with you in a really roundabout way. You can't break into the phone market.
It's hard.
I think anyone in Japan, especially a Japanese company, understands that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, I mean, I know over here, it's Apple. And that, I mean, Apple's international, like China. You would never be able to release a new phone line in China and be able to even pretend to sell a fraction of what the iPhone sells.
Yeah, no, that's probably true.
It's just there's such a monopoly on it. It's like we're talking about the NVIDIA Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna
dumb shit.
You can't, like Sony and Microsoft, and to a lesser extent Nintendo. They got this shit on lock already. You can't just break into the console market. Between Apple and Motorola and Windows Phone, I couldn't see a new type of phone existing.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
I have no idea what this is gonna. I'm completely stunned. I have no idea what NX is going to even remotely be similar to. It makes no sense to me. So I'm super excited to see what the hell's going on with that. Because that's going to really be a thing. Because I don't think they're getting rid of the 3DS anytime soon. And they're not done with the Wii U. I mean, there was talk middle of last year or so about them pulling the plug on the Wii U, just cutting their losses and saying, well, that didn't work. But I think those were just unsubstantiated rumors.
Yeah.
Especially now.
It seems it's probably doing okay now.
Yeah, I think it's doing all right. I mean, it's not doing anything close to what like PS4 and stuff like it's doing. But
right.
I mean, the fact that they mentioned that this new system is going to run on the Wii U as well, or it's going to use the Wii U. Oh yeah, I don't think they're done with it for sure.
Yeah, definitely not.
But we will see. I mean, when that thing come out, like 2 years ago?
Maybe even 3 at this point.
I guess it has been kind of a while. But I think it's just hitting its stride now.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially, they're adding like the Wii games on it, and there's still so much room for the virtual console to go. I think it'd be a real shame if they gave up on it now. Yeah, but I think we're good for a couple more years. I
don't know what to think of this.
Kind of makes me nervous. Project NX makes me nervous. I decided. I just figured it out. It makes me a little bit anxious. It makes me a little bit nervous. Because I'm deep in on Nintendo, man.
I know, me too.
I'm all a long time Nintendo fan, customer. And,
me too.
I don't know. Look, I'm reading the news article that I got this information from. Looking at Satoru Iwata's dumb face. It makes me nervous.
Uh-oh.
That guy makes bad games.
Just like objectively,
that guy specifically makes bad games. Yes.
Okay.
You're saying you want an RPG?
Yeah, I want an
RPG.
RPG.
Play freaking Golden Sun, man.
I could. Yeah,
that's an RPG. It may be a JRPG.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was the funny thing about Golden Sun is that the first 2 games for the Game Boy Advance were developed by at the time the CEO of Nintendo of Japan. And so I can't remember his name. But when Satoru Iwata took over, he was like, I am going to bring sequel directly to you. And he made the 3rd Golden Sun game, the one for the DS.
Garbage?
It was a bad game.
Oh shit.
That was a JRPG, man. It had shit like points of no return.
Oh no.
Which is just, I was playing it, I'm just like, I'm sorry, what year is it? Is it 2007 or 2000? No, it was like 2009. About. I was playing it, I was like, is that a point of no return? What year is it? Am I playing like freaking Final Fantasy II right now? I was very upset. But the first 2 games are great. And the first one's available on the Virtual Console, and I think you own it.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
You should probably play it. It's a good Japanese RPG. I'm actually probably going to start there when I'm talking about my favorite games, my 3x3, and why I love each of those games. I'm probably going to start with Golden Sun.
Okay.
Seems
good.
like, I don't want to start my favorite game. I don't want to start, I want to just, pick random one and just go with it. I think that's we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how much writing I'm going to get done. I'm super busy the rest of this week. Ryan, what else do you have? What else you have got planned for the site?
Ooh, okay.
You tell us a little bit. Just tease us a little bit.
Do you want me to do it in a sexy voice?
No, I'd prefer. Okay. I actually prefer that you don't.
All right, fair enough. Let's see. So I wrote a review yesterday. That's up on the site or in the Blind Forest. I don't know if we're gonna do review scores. I think those are dumb.
I was gonna have a talk with you about that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Anyway, I put at the bottom, play it if you like this, but whatever. So I want to do 3 other things every month, resulting in 1 thing a week.
Every month he's going to review Ori and the Blind Forest.
Stay tuned. Month. Review or in the Blind Forest. It's like that podcast where they watch.
Oh, I love that. It's so.
What's
funny.
what's
Grown-Ups
that?
2.
What's the Grown Ups 2? Where they watch Grown Ups 2 every week, and then
they started a new season of that
Did
podcast. They made it. They did a year last month, and now they're watching Sex and the City 2.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
I haven't listened to it yet because I kind of want to watch the movie first.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I don't know. All right, so okay.
Anyway,
so a new review, a review of a new game.
A new review of a new game every month. The next thing I want to do is I want to talk about what I call the state of the world, where I talk about how I feel about World of Warcraft. This month,
Ryan broke the no WoW rule.
I did. I broke it.
You're not allowed to talk about WoW. It's like Fight Club.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I'm not supposed to do that. But I'm hoping that if I write about it every month, I don't feel the need to talk about it on the podcast.
I think we could still talk about it when something important happens.
Yeah, probably.
Like, hey, content patch 6.2, and
oh yeah, we can talk about that.
A new raid. That's cool. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we can talk about that. But
number 3?
Yeah, so number 3, I'm looking to reevaluate my top 9 games.
Mm-hmm. We love Baron Man. We love our 3x3s.
We do. You can make one. You should make one. Put it on the internet. You can comment with a picture probably on our.
We should
website.
figure out. I'm going to try and figure out some way to aggregate like user created 3x3s.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But yeah, I want to go through and I want to play my 3x3 and then reevaluate its slot over a 9-month period, I guess, because that's how many games I have. And then eventually I'll try to play things that I think need or should be warranted a slot. So we'll see how that goes.
That's cool.
And then the last thing I want to do is Throwback Thursday, where
that's a good name for it.
It is a good name. Is where
Are you actually gonna always do it on Thursdays?
I'm gonna try.
Oh, it's
so hard.
Good.
Yeah, so Throwback Thursday, I want to do a retro review where I review one of the literal hundreds of retro cartridges and discs that I have, and probably haven't touched.
Can you do Willow first? Wait, do you have?
Sure.
Do you have Willow?
I do, yeah.
Oh, I should do Willow first. There's another one of those cool top-down Zelda-like, NES games that you have.
Yeah, I think
it's like the sort of. Oh, it's got some awesome sounding name that makes no sense.
Faxanadu.
Faxanadu.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to play that game. It's got a cool name.
But I think I officially picked DuckTales as my first one.
All right, cool.
So yeah, let's see. I think next week is WoW officially, and then after that is going to be where I talk about Super Mario RPG, which is a game that is on my 3x3.
Yeah, it is. I really hope that stays.
Yeah, me too. I like that game.
I like you liking that game. I like that game too. It gets really hard though.
I don't think so.
When I was a kid, I couldn't beat the Axum Rangers.
Oh, that's because that's the hardest boss fight in that whole game.
I know, but it's also like one of the last ones. I got so close to beating that game, and I beat the dragon, and I was like, woo! And then just like, nope, 5 more bosses. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop playing this game.
No, I'm done.
Was that all 4?
Yeah.
Was that all 4 things? Was that a month worth of content you just mentioned?
That was a month worth of content for me.
Yeah. I think
so. I'm gonna try to do those things every week.
Yeah, that's super neat, and you know, I like planning out stuff like that. But we have to remember that we are human, and like
you might be.
Oh,
I'm a
right,
bear.
You're a bear.
Bears get a lot of shit done.
Bear. So what we're trying to say is that Ryan's just waking up for hibernation now. That's why he hasn't been posting very much.
That's true. It's spring.
He's gonna review some shit.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
I'm working on writing some stuff too. I want to work on a piece about my 3x3 and why every game is special. I think I mentioned this already. Shit.
Yeah, I believe you talked about this maybe even last week.
And I want to review games that I have. Like, basically, I want to assault my backlog of particularly Steam games. And
that's another good title for that column.
Backlog assault.
Yeah. Assault on backlog.
I have 500 games on Steam. Did you know that about me, Ryan?
Boy, that's so many.
It's a lot of games.
Yeah.
I
think I have like 300.
I want to go back into games that because that's what Naissance was. It was a game that I got on Steam, and I didn't own it for very long, but I was like, I'm doing this game a disservice if I don't play it. So I really want to go back into my backlog and play some games and like write about it, take some screenshots, and decide if that game is cool or not.
Do it.
It's going to be, it's like, I don't know if I want to call it a review because it's sort of irrelevant. They're playing like an older game, but we'll see. I got some ideas kicking around.
Yeah,
and we're mentioning them on the podcast, so now we have to do them.
Now we have to do it. It's committed to the internet.
I had one other idea, but I forgot it.
That's okay. Don't commit yourself to it yet, because maybe you don't like it.
I don't even know if I like the ideas I did mention. No, I think they're solid.
No, I like your ideas. I think you should do them.
Yeah, and I'm going to leave. Yeah, I just want to talk about news that seems worth mentioning.
Oh yeah, news. You should.
And I'm
do
going
some
to leave most of the new game review stuff up to you.
I buy a lot of games, so that's fair.
I mean, I'm gonna review games that I buy anyways.
Yep.
Like Bloodborne is gonna get talked about because I'm getting that game. Like it's non-negotiable. Like I'm going to buy that game and play it as soon as it comes out. So I might as well write something too.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy that game. I might write something. I don't know if I'm gonna review it because I bet you I can't beat it. I bet you that happens.
I think you should. I think it'd be interesting. You played that game and just wrote about it from the perspective of someone who's really bad at Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Ryan, play Dark Souls tomorrow.
Okay, sure.
After hours, Bear vs. Man After Hours Dark Souls stream.
Okay, officially, yeah. Dark Souls happening.
I think you should stream that a lot until you beat it.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
And like maybe if you don't maybe on like a particular day you're like I don't really feel playing Dark Souls, but if you're like, oh man, I got to stream Dark Souls because I'm contractually obligated to do so, you'll actually play it. You're like forcing yourself to play it.
Yep.
Because it's kind of hard if that game just kicks your ass. It's kind of hard to just keep going back to it.
That's true.
So
maybe tomorrow night, late night stream, maybe 8 p.m.
Whoa, that is late night. That is some after hours shit. That's like
after
prime
hours
time television. That's the definition of not late night.
That's okay, fine. Well, what if I go late into the night? Then it's okay. That's fine.
I'll try and watch. I gotta work tomorrow and stuff, but and then I'm super busy for like a week.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Thursday, Eastern Standard Time.
We'll tweet about it.
Yeah, we will.
Follow us on Twitter at Bear vs. Man.
Yeah.
Email the show, Bear vs. Man Gaming at gmail.com. Check out the website, bearvsman.com. You can read some of the articles we write, email the author directly, follow us on Twitter, that kind of stuff. We got a Facebook page that I actually put stuff on now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you put stuff on
Cool
the
stuff.
on the Facebook?
Yeah, I got to give you the information for that so you can update it too.
Whoa.
Yeah. We're going to be making some moves here, but we're still going to be two dumbasses talking about games every week, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. We're super over.
We're super over. This is the super overcast.
Yeah, we're still, yeah. Oh, well.
All right.
You guys...
Later.
Yeah, bye everybody.